Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to part 2 of my Seonunsa temple. Seonunsa, Seonunsa, Seonunsa. Anyway, Seonunsa, Anyway, of my part 2 of my Seonunsa video, with the talk and teach and learn in Korea, talk experience, and the Korean experience. A little bit of history. Seonunsa is a head temple of the Jogye order of Korean Buddhism. It stands on the slopes of Dosol Sun, which is Dosol Mountain, in Asanmyeon, Gochang County, near the Yellow Sea coast in western Jeollabuk-do province. Now you exactly know where the hell I am. Pronounced Seonunsa. Oh, Seonunsa. Anyway, we're part 2 in this. This is the last photo that I've shown you. Let's move on. Again, these photos are going to get progressively shakier as we move on because there's a part coming up that kind of screwed me, right? Let's go to the next one. And the next one, I have no idea. Okay, this is quite a cool photo. Let me just get that in frame again. Yoink. Let me just get that in frame again. So, this photo, at the back there, you'll see there's something like carved into the rock. That is, and I don't know why I didn't take that photo. No, I did take that photo, it just didn't come out. But that carving is a carving of Buddha that's apparently like 300 years old, 400 years old. Something along the lines of that. Like older than America, basically. Essentially like almost older than America or definitely older than America. I'm standing in front of a carving that's pretty damn old. Older than South Africa, as a matter of fact, at that stage. Hold on. Yeah, at that stage, it's older than South Africa, or South Africa as we sort of know it today, the founding of South Africa. Yeah, it's older than South Africa. So that was a carving. And like the best, this was, I don't know what altitude this was, but this was, you know, I had to climb up to get here. And I'm like, cool, I'm at the top. I see this Buddha thing, and I'm like, oh, and I take a photo of it. I did take a photo of the entire thing, but I don't think I uploaded it. Because I can't seem to find it. I mean, if I look at all my photos now, no. I was tired. Or I didn't take a picture. I did take a picture, but it didn't come out well because of the lighting and all of that. But, so this was like that old ancient carving of Buddha, and right about now, Zaffa is getting a bit tired and exhausted, right? Now this photo, this is after I climbed that part, right? There's like 60 steps. Like just beyond that Buddha carving, I believe, yeah, just beyond that Buddha carving is like this little step thing up. Like this little walkway. And you see the walkway and you're like, okay, walkway and we'll get there. We'll walkway and we're there. We're just on the other side of the carving. No. That walkway led to the top of said carving. Now I sat there, I'm like, you know what? I said I'm going to reach the top of Seonunsa. I'm going to do it. I'm like, even if it takes me 7 years, I'm going to do it, you know? So, yeah, so I did it. This is proof of that I did it. Tried to get a good angle on those little lanterns. Didn't really succeed in it, but I did it. Yeah. And now the next one, that was 11. This should be 12. Is that 12? Yeah. Ooh, yeah. So this is me. This is the one spot. This is the top spot of Seonunsa that I found. Let me just move it to the side because I feel weird if it covers me. This is the top part of Seonunsa that I found. And I looked out over this and I'm like, damn, this is beautiful. damn, this is so freaking beautiful. Look at all that green. Look at that mist. Like, at that moment in time, I was exhausted. Like I said, I was exhausted. But when I saw that, it didn't matter, right? It did not matter. And this was about, what, an hour and 15 minutes, maybe an hour and 20 into my hike. And I've reached my destination, right? It might be more. I can't really remember how long it took me to hike this, but I've reached the destination I wanted to reach, right? And the next photo, and I took the photo and I looked at it and I looked over and I'm like, nobody's going to believe me that I was here. So if I'm correct, the next one, look at that tired face. Look at that tired face. Flustered and everything. And I'm like, you know what? Let's just show the world that I actually was here. You know, that I actually was here. It was humid. I still looked decently okay, but it was humid, and, you know, I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna die. But I had to prove to myself that I was there, you know. And then the next one, well, this is just me talking about them as I see them. The next one, on the way back down. On the way back down, I got access, that little village that I showed you, this is part of that village. Like, in the previous video ended on that village, where I showed, like, from the top. This was part of that village. Finally was able to get to the village, and I'm like, this is so freaking hot and beautiful. I mean, look at, these pictures are more beautiful than any fucking picture I can take in South Africa. These pictures are the most beautiful things I've ever done on a cell phone camera, right? I've ever taken with a cell phone camera. And let's go to the next one. We're almost done here. And this is on my way back. Man, let me tell you, on my way back, I took off my shoes and I did the Korean thing. I stood in that water. I'm like, that was so freaking cool. Just a little tiny bridge. This was on my way back. Like, at this point, let me tell you a story about this photo. At this point, I sort of got lost. You know? I was like following the river down, or the little brook down, or whatever. And at this point, I'm like, as long as I just go down, I'll be okay. And I was like, okay, cool. Before I freak out, I'm just going to take my shoes off, put them in the stream for a few seconds, for a few minutes, take them out, dry them in the sun, put on my socks and shoes again, and continue on walking down this river. And about 2 or 3 minutes later, I'm like, hey, that's a bridge. Saving grace time. Chick, let's take that picture. Saving grace. So this was me after I realized, okay, cool, I'm still on the right path. And that is another thing that I'm going to talk to you about, getting purposefully lost in Korea. That's probably my next story. Because that's the best adventures you can have in Korea, by the way. I found a cave. And this is me standing inside the cave. Behind me, let me just yoink, there's the cave. Behind me, there was like, the cave goes, it's like this big opening. You miss it. You miss it if you don't look for it. You can miss this giant opening if you don't look for it. So I accidentally, like, someone told me there's a cave, you need to find the cave. And this was one of my things for the days. Like, I need to find, say, the cave, because apparently one of the people told me they've hiked Seonunsa like 3 or 4 times, and on their 4th time, they found the cave. And I'm like, challenge accepted. So I found this cave, and it's a cave, and it's this giant opening. It's this giant opening, and then it goes smaller and smaller and smaller, till like about a little Buddha statue, about yay big, about my face big. So it's like someone had to crawl in there and put that statue there. And this was the cave. And man, it was fun standing in that cave going, it's colder in here than out there for the time being. And then we've reached my way back into civilization. Yeah. My way back into civilization. I was glad for that. I was glad when I got down there. I'm like, I've hiked Seonunsa for my friends, for the people we've lost. And it was a beautiful day. It was green, humid as hell, but it was beautiful, you know. It was really an experience that I'd love, that I'm sharing now with you guys. At the end of that hike, I felt again at peace. I felt like I could take on the world again. And it was beautiful. And I'm pretty sure like I can tell you guys, I'm pretty sure, you guys know this by now, that I've left a big piece of me back in Korea. And Seonunsa claimed a piece of that. And I want to say 감사합니다 for Seonunsa, to Seonunsa, for doing this, for being as awesome as you are. I want to say thank you to everything that happened to me in Korea. But in this video particularly, to Seonunsa, yeah, you've made me realize what it is to feel happy, even when you're exceedingly exhausted. And that is you, Seonunsa. Thank you so much. And again, thank you to TaLK for allowing me to do this. And I feel a lot better now. I feel a lot better. And yeah, until the next video. Next video, we're going to talk about getting purposefully lost in Korea. That is the best thing. You guys are like, what? I'm like, that's the next video. And until then, you should have a good one.